everybody. It is Monday, January the 28th. Excuse the sunglasses, but it's super bright out, which is wonderful. I am on a quick lunch break. I had a work morning and lunch break, and now I am on my way to Austin, Texas. So I have to go pick up one of my coworkers, and we are driving there in this rental car, which actually I love. It is some sort of Nissan crossover. I can't quite remember what it's called. It has New York license plates, which is funny. And I have a sweatshirt on that says New York, which is kind of funny that I didn't realize I was going to get a car with New York license plates. So I'm representing for New York. So you guys know I lived there for a little while and really do love New York City. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We're going to go, and we have like a 4.5 hour drive or something like that to Austin. And we have a conference that we are attending for the next couple of days. So that will be fun. It's on healthy women and children, something. I don't know. Something to do with my profession of obstetrics, OB-GYN. So we're going to do that. I just made lunch. I'm going to post a picture of it over on Instagram. I am back on track, and I feel really good in terms of all of that. This morning I had I think they're called Sandwich Brothers or something like that, pitas, and Molly over at Classically Molly. She got me hooked on those. So one of those pitas is 4 points. If you eat 2, it's 7. So just depending on my hunger level, I've done 1 before, I've done 2 before, it just depends. And because they've got a lot of protein. They're like egg white, turkey sausage, cheese, and a pita, like a half of a pita. So they tend to hold you for a while. And I kind of feel like if you eat 2 of them, it's sort of the equivalent of the Starbucks turkey. Is it turkey bacon or turkey sausage, egg white, and cheese sandwich, which is also, I think, 7 or 8 points, somewhere in there. So I had that for breakfast this morning. For lunch, I had a couple of those Olay Extreme Wellness tortillas. Those are 1 point a piece. I had some eggs, and I had some peppers that I had stir-fried last night for our taco night with the boys. Last night I had the boys over, and I made them tacos, and I did the turkey taco meat, and you guys were so awesome. Somebody suggested that I use chicken broth to make it a little bit more moist. So what I did was I stir-fried the 99% fat-free turkey breast, shredded, or whatever that is, turkey breast, It's 0 points. I did that in some olive oil spray, and then I added a little bit of chicken broth, and then I added some green tomatillo salsa and some taco spices. And it turned out so good. So thank you for that tip. That really helped. I really don't like the texture of that fat-free turkey meat, but I know it's 0 points, so I would love to be able to eat it on occasion so I don't have to count. So I had that last night. I made the boys some 93.7 ground beef, and then we had, tortillas. I ate the Extreme Wellness ones. They had regular ones. Then I had some light sour cream, and then I made guacamole, homemade guacamole, so I had a couple tablespoons of that. It was just delicious. And then Judah came over and made his famous salsa, which that boy, he really can cook now. He's really learning how to cook amazing things. I actually was looking at bread machines for him because we always made homemade pizza growing up, with them growing, not my family, but with the boys. With Judah and Asher, we always made homemade pizza, and we had this amazing pizza crust recipe that was really easy to do in the bread machine. And then you could make your own sauce and then top it and, you know, make it a little bit more healthier than what you can get takeout or whatever. And you know what's in it, which is nice. So, hold on a second. I have this robocall thing happening where I'm getting like 10 million robocalls trying to scam me. And I'm blocking a lot of them, but apparently this is a big issue right now in the U.S. Maybe you guys are going through it as well. These are delicious. This is the Waterloo coconut sparkling water. I definitely like these over the LaCroix for some reason. They taste better to me, although they still are, you know, they're not sweetened or anything. But if you want something fizzy and you don't mind a non-sweet carbonated beverage, these are delicious. So I've been drinking those. I had that with my lunch. So yeah, so for lunch today, I had the leftover peppers. I had eggs for 0 points. I had fat-free cheese. I had 1/4 of a cup of that. I believe that's 0 as well. And 2 tortillas for 2 points. So I had a 2 to 3 point lunch there. And I brought some grapes to snack on in the car. I also brought a couple of Weight Watchers snacks to snack today if needed. And then this morning I had those pitas and I had a coffee. So I'm right around 15 points for the day so far. I had a skinny mocha to wake myself up. I've had a crazy morning. We were trying to get Asher in to see a doctor this morning because last night when he came over, he has a staph infection, and we won't go into it, but the kiddo needs to get on penicillin. So we were coordinating that. Then I had sort of an emergency phone call with one of my clients, who I can't go into that story, but it was, you know, a long conversation with her, and thankfully she is okay. Thank you, Lord. Glory to God that she and the baby are okay right now. So I had that. Then I had a meeting with my supervisor. And during my meeting with my supervisor, I said, hey, during this conference, I heard we can wear jeans. And I brought like jeans and like sweatshirt type stuff in kids. And she said, no, actually, we need to be wearing more business casual. So I left that meeting, ran home, made myself lunch, repacked my bag with more business casual stuff. I'm traveling today, so it's okay to wear this today, but I had to rethink kind of what I was doing the next couple days. And I'm tired. Why am I back from vacation and tired? I don't understand. So that's all done. And now it's just the drive, and we check into our hotel tonight. So there's not anything this evening except for hanging out with my coworker, who is really sweet, and I enjoy her. So she and I are going to hang out. I brought some of my crochet to do in the car because I think she's going to drive the majority of the way. We're both on the paperwork, so that's cool. So we both can drive. We're going to take turns maybe, or maybe she'll drive, or maybe I'll drive. I'm not really sure what she's up for right now. So I've got to go pick her up. And then tonight we have to figure out what we're going to do for dinner. And thankfully, I work with 5 other nurses and my supervisor, who's also a nurse. And the 5 other nurses are all very diverse and awesome. She is my very health conscious coworker. She runs. She eats very healthy. She's very fit. And so I know that she will totally be up for eating healthy tonight. So that's cool. So we'll get to figure out what we're going to do for that. Then we check in to our hotel this evening. And then the next couple of nights, I have conference in the morning. I have continental breakfast at the conference, but I brought myself some protein bars. And so my plan is they probably have fruit, is to eat my protein bar and have some fruit in the morning. And I'm eating those protein bars from the Sam's Club haul. They are so stinking good. And I know they're a little higher on points. They have 15 grams of protein. They're like anywhere from 6 to 8 points per bar. But they really taste delicious, and they hold you really well. So I brought some of those. I brought an orange just to have in my bag just in case. And then, like I said, I have my Weight Watcher snacks. So what I have are those little turkey sausage sticks and the little chocolate raspberry bars in case I want something sweet, so that I am not tempted to, eat anything cuckoo like I have been doing the last week. Oh my gosh. I definitely feel like very chunky, and it's so funny so when I got back from the cruise, I was back up to my start weight when I started Weight Watchers last year, which is fully to be expected when you're eating off plan like that. So I have already lost a couple of pounds. I'm sure a lot of it was water weight. One of you guys made a good point of, if you get back on track immediately, that weight is going to be easier to get off. And so this is day 3 of me being perfecto. I'm going to go for blue dots. All of February, blue dots. I'm actually just going to go for blue dots, period. But I'm really going to try in February to get a blue dot every day as sort of an incentive for myself. Get myself going. And then the weather is changing, so I feel like I'm going to be able to get some more walking in. And I want to reincorporate gym time. My foot has been really bothering me. I've been having like a lot of pain. And so I think as soon as I stopped being really diligent with the walking and tracking and I started putting on some weight, I have sort of like chronic pain that is just, I don't know. My mom has fibromyalgia, so I wonder sometimes. And I do really well if I'm eating like more whole foods and less processed stuff. And obviously when my weight is lower, I feel a lot better. But I had like some sort of groin pull thing. And now my right foot is really bothering me. And I know that we did a lot of walking, and I know that it's weight related that I'm having more pain. I just feel kind of inflamed all over. So I know what to do about it, which is just take care of myself. But I feel really like sluggish and tired, and it's just the weight gain. I know it is. So we got to work on all that good stuff. And hopefully that will help resolve some of the aches and pains. I know in healthcare we see a lot of patients that will have sort of these idiopathic or, we can't find the root cause of like their chronic pain. And a lot of times they're obese, and the doctor will just say a lot of this is just because you're carrying so much extra weight on your body and your body's hurting from it. So all the more reason to really care for ourselves so that we're not living in pain. I really don't want to have back pain again because that's the worst. But I have essential oils. I have one called Deep Blue that I was using on my foot. It's really helping. And obviously taking a little bit of Motrin here and there, although I'm trying not to take too much of that. Sturf. What else can I tell you? Oh, let's see, the week before I went on my cruise, I got a ticket. So you all will be happy to know I got a ticket while I was not vlogging and driving. You all worry about me vlogging and driving. And actually, I got a ticket. The officer said that I did not fully stop at a red light before I turned right. So I was in full-on scrubs. And I thought about going to court and fighting it, but I'm like so busy. Like we immediately went on the cruise the next day, and then now I'm going to Austin. I was afraid I would miss the 20-day window. And then I really feel like, I always stop, and I just don't know. Whatever. I haven't gotten a ticket since I was 17 years old. I don't get tickets. I haven't been in a wreck. I'm just very conscientious and careful, and I feel like maybe he was trying to make his quota, but I don't know that for sure. So I don't want to be accusatory of him, because God bless him. I know he has a job to do as well. He's trying to keep everybody safe. So, your girl has a point on her license now. And I guess if I wanted to, I could go. He said I could go to defensive driving. I'm like, okay. And I don't know anything about tickets. I don't know, do they stay? Like, what's the... I haven't gotten a ticket in almost 30 years. So I don't really know much about that whole system. I guess I would have to look it up. So I'm a bad driver, according to him. But it has made me a lot more cognizant of what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that there is a reason behind why that happened. And I paid the ticket. It was very pricey. And I am moving on in my life. Not much else going on. Judah and Dakota have been working on sort of initial planning for their wedding. And we have been talking to them about their honeymoon and, kind of ideas for that. The tentative date right now is not this coming June, but the following June, after Dakota graduates. Judah graduates this May and already has potentially lined up a roommate and all of that good stuff to move in with after he graduates back in our old hometown near his girlfriend. So he's really excited about that. And he's going to start, looking for... He has a job already that he can go back to with H-E-B, which is a grocery store. So he can do that while he's trying to find, that sort of entry-level job that you can get after you've graduated. So, excuse me. So he's getting all set with that. Asher's doing very well in school. Very, very proud of him. He's just doing great. Besides the staph infection, which is unfortunately very common in dorm rooms for kids to get stuff because they just don't keep things as clean as they should. So he really needs to bleach out his shower. But besides that, he's doing very well. I'm very proud of him. He's doing great in his classes. And my husband and I have been thrown into the deep end with our jobs. He has a lot of work, which he's really enjoying. So he can't complain that he doesn't have anything to do. Now that we're in a much bigger church, he's very, very busy. So he's constantly running around. And it was so good to have a week off. And now we're back. I got back and immediately it was like, boom, we got back at 10 o'clock on Saturday night. And then, of course, Sunday, we were at church most of the day. And then last night, I was trying to turn myself around. I had the boys and my dad over for dinner. And then today, I've just been running around like a crazy person. So I really need to take care of myself so I have the energy to do this work. Not just my work at the hospital, but my work in the church with my husband. It's a lot. A lot of people, it's just a lot, you guys. Which I think sort of accounts for my not vlogging as much as well. I'm just talking so much. Just talking and talking and talking. That it's hard to make the time to come on here and talk about where I'm at with my weight loss journey. And I've been pretty discouraged. With the cycle. So the cycle is really irritating. And you guys know what I'm talking about. If you have cycled through obesity, I put a picture of myself on Instagram from when I was 27, and I was right around this weight. It was right before I went to Weight Watchers for the first time. And I just remember, we were in New York City, and I remember walking through New York and just feeling so yucky about myself because I was out of breath, and we had to walk blocks and blocks and blocks, and I just didn't feel good. And so I lost a lot of weight at that point, and then I've just sort of cycled back and forth and back and forth my whole life. So I would love to at some point get a handle on this. And I know several of you have mentioned, that maybe I should try something different. And I just don't. I don't have the energy, honestly, to go try something different. I have this friend of mine at church who was talking to me about trying, like, keto. And it just sounds like so much work to try to learn that whole system. And I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to eat a bunch of fat bombs. I just personally don't want to do it. But I do know that it works for people that work it. Just like there's so many different ways you could do this, you guys. It's almost ridiculous at times. But, I have friends that are vegans that have lost a lot of weight being vegans. I have friends that, have done low calorie counting on MyFitnessPal. I have a friend that did Jenny Craig. She lost all her weight and has kept it off on Jenny Craig. There's just so many different ways you can do it. And I want to do it in a healthy way that I can, actually do the rest of my life. And I don't think I can eat fat bombs and bacon. That's just not me. That's not my personality. And I'm not saying that's what you do in keto. I have no clue. So if you're doing keto, I'm not coming against you. I'm so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep losing weight. I love it. It's not for me at this point in my life. And, I support all of you guys that are out there doing this with me, because I know it's really freaking hard. It is the battle of my life, is this, thing that I am dealing with. So I am almost to the hospital to pick up my friend. Thank you all for listening, as usual, and getting me, and being so supportive. You guys give me the best ideas, and you really help me. I feel like every time I mention something, I'm like, I just don't know what to do. Somebody out there comes on here and just gives me a solution that is doable. And that is what's so cool about the Weight Watchers community, the WW community, is that we can support each other and put our heads together and problem solve through this journey. And I know out there are so many experts that have lost the weight and kept it off, and I so appreciate you taking the time to just watch my videos and support me and give me feedback. It's just invaluable to me. Honestly, this whole experience on YouTube has just been amazing. So thank you all. I will see you guys later. I brought my camera footage stuff from the cruise. I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to work on it a little bit and get that stuff posted for you all in between all the crazy stuff. I'll see you guys later. Bye.